everyone, I am Ananya Khurana and I am a senior counselor at Edmevo International. Today we are diving into a topic which might concern many students who are deciding to study abroad. Well, these two topics are GRE and GMAT. You might be wondering, where are they accepted? What are the scores you need? Well, we are breaking down all these topics for you in this video. Now let's start with the basics. What exactly are GRE and GMAT? GRE, Graduate Record Examination, is administered by ETS, Educational Testing Service, and it is designed for a broad range of graduate programs like Masters, PhD, and increasingly MBA programs. It measures your verbal reasoning, quantitative reasoning, and analytical writing. It will take roughly around 2 hours for you to attempt this exam, where there will be one section of analytical writing which will be of 30 minutes, two sections of quantitative reasoning will be of 18 and 23 minutes, and the last section of verbal reasoning which will be of 21 minutes and 26 minutes for each section. The verbal and quantitative reasoning is of 130 to 170 marks each with 1 point increment, and analytical reasoning with 0 to 6 marks each with half point increment, which makes your total score 260 to 340. Now let's talk about GMAT, General Management Admission Test. It is administered by GMAT, General Management Admission Council, and it is specifically designed for business and management programs like MBA, MIM, Master of Finance, etc. It measures your quantitative reasoning, verbal reasoning, and data insights. It will require you roughly around 2 hours to 15 minutes, which means 45 minutes for each section for you to attempt this exam. In this, there will be one section of quantitative reasoning with 21 questions, one section of verbal reasoning with 23 questions, and the last section of data insights with 20 questions. The scoring of these exams ranges from 60 to 90 score for each section, which means the total score would be 205 to 800. So the bottom line here is, if you are going for MBA or any other business degree, GMAT is a traditional go-to. However, if you are thinking of exploring more degrees or want more flexibility, the GRE has significantly broadened its acceptance even within business schools. But you should always check your program requirements. Now, defining a good score is kinda tricky because it's highly dependent on your program and your university. But we can talk about some general ranges. The general guidelines for GRE scores are 155 plus in verbal for most programs and 160 plus for top humanities or social sciences programs. And for quantitative section, it is 160 plus for most programs and 165 plus for top STEM and engineering programs. And for the last analytical section, it is 4.0 plus. Overall, you need 310 to 320, which is considered competitive for many good programs. Top programs like Ivy League, top 10s program often look for 325 plus scores. The general guidelines for GMAT scores are 75 plus for quantitative, for verbal, and for data insights. Overall, you will need 600 to 650 plus, which is considered competitive for many good MBA programs. The average scores for top tier business schools, for example Harvard, Stanford, Wharton, are 700 plus on this new 805 scale. Well, GRE has a strategic advantage for Indian students. It has a standardized evaluation as it provides a common objective measure for Indian students from diverse Indian universities and provides a grading system as it helps to stand out if your college GPA isn't top tier. It gives access to diverse programs. For students exploring options beyond just MBA, the GRE opens doors to a vast array of masters like MS, MA, MTech, and PhD programs across various disciplines globally. It also gives you various scholarship opportunities like many merit-based scholarships, research assistantships, and teaching assistantships in the US, Canada, and Europe. Consider high GRE scores as a key factor for funding. This directly reduces the financial burden for Indian families. It also helps you in your skill development. The preparation process enhances your critical thinking, analytical reasoning, and reading comprehension, and logical problem solving skills, which are all invaluable for graduate studies and your future careers. The scores of these exams are also very flexible as they are valid for at least 5 years. Well, on the other hand, GMAT is the powerhouse for MBA students as it is the direct path to elite business schools. For those who are laser focused on a global MBA or MIM, the GMAT is the most direct and recognized pathway to top-tier business schools worldwide, which often lead to high-paying jobs and strong global networks. It also demonstrates your business acumen. The GMAT's focus is on quantitative reasoning, verbal comprehension, and especially data insights, which directly aligns with the analytical and decision-making skill which is required in decision-making. It also helps you to expand your network opportunities, like getting into a global B school via GMAT connects you with a powerful alumni network and diverse peer groups, which are critical for your career advancement post-MBA. It also helps you in career progression. A global MBA underpinned by a strong GMAT score often leads to significant career jumps and higher earning potential, especially for Indian professionals who are seeking international roles. It also has a specific focus. If your career goals are squarely in management, consulting, finance, or marketing, GMAT validates your suitability for these fields. So, while others offer immense benefits, think about your ultimate academic and career goals. Are you aiming for a broad range of graduate studies, or are you specifically targeting a global business career? Now, a very important question. Does Indian universities accept GRE or GMAT? So, the answer is yes, but especially for their specialized and executive management programs and often for international applicants. While GRE is not common for traditional 2-year MBA programs where CAT is king, GRE is accepted by some top Indian business schools for 1-year executive MBA PGPX programs. For example, ISB, IIM Ahmedabad, IIM Bangalore, IIM Kolkata, IIM Lucknow, IIM Indore, XLRI Jamshedpur, and some specialized master programs in areas like business analytics or public policy or PhD programs. On the other hand, GMAT is much more widely accepted by top Indian business schools, especially for 1-year executive MBA or PGPX programs in schools like ISB, IIMs, XLRI Jamshedpur, IIM Kozhikode, SB Premier Mumbai, Great Lakes, and MDI Gurgaon. GMAT is also accepted by regular 2-year MBA programs for NRI, PIO, or foreign national applicants in universities like IIFT, FMS Delhi, some IITs, IMI New Delhi, IIM Hyderabad, TAPMI, and some doctoral programs which are also considered as PhD in management programs. So, if your plans include top business schools, especially their executive or international programs, GMAT is a highly recognized credential. For other graduate programs in India, GRE's acceptance is quite still niche, but keep an eye on the landscape of both. So if you are confused about what to choose, GRE or GMAT, so I would suggest choose GRE if you are applying to a wide variety of graduate programs, for example engineering, computer science, data science, public policy, etc. Or if you want to keep your options open, or if you are stronger in verbal reasoning. But I would suggest to choose GMAT if you are 100% committed to an MBA or other business or management degree, or if you feel strong you are in quantitative reasoning and data interpretation, or if you prefer a test structure tailored for business acumen. Ultimately, the best test for you depends on your academic aspirations and your career goals. Don't stress too much about which one is easier. Focus on which test aligns with your academics, your target programs, and where your strengths lie. Well, that's it for today's topic. I hope I cleared all your doubts. And if you have any more queries, do reach out to us. The links are in the description box. Have a great day ahead.